Hey, another week, another reflection for the week ending 15 May. So this is first aspect, first reflective piece of this week is this week we got the call. What call might that be? It's the call from the laborers union and asking us to provide some finality to who we will be recommending to join the laborers union. Who from the class of 2020 will have what it takes to move forward and actually join the laborers union. The interesting reflection here is I still have never been able to figure out how it is, and my partner and I lay this out really, really well over the course of 4 years of what it's going to take from you, the students, to get a recommendation. And it's a really easy rubric. It starts off with get up, dress up, show up. I mean, obviously we understand the struggles. And we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. But the reflective piece to me is that I still have never been able to figure out how it is that students who didn't work for it for 4 years think that in the last 30 days of school they can just show up and be like, hey, you recommended me, right? Not so much. So we all want, and it's a very tempting thing to just say, hey, you know what? You're going to find out that all the stuff that we said was necessary is true. Go ahead and try your hand, but then it breaks down the reputation for us not sending somebody who's ready for that challenge. So it's an interesting conundrum, but this is the week that it all kind of comes to a head. Class of 2020, a lot of great students. You started off with, hopefully a bunch of them will end up in college. Get a little bit more maturity, but in terms of recommendations for the laborers union, it's not a big class this year. Not a big class. So that was started off the reflection on a little bit of a dark side. But let's talk about something that's kind of upbeat. Interesting thing. My cousin, actually, I talked to my cousin who's also a Providence school teacher this week. She said to me, how's the distance learning going for you? And I said, I like it. And that was my knee-jerk reaction. That was just done. Hey, that's my reaction. She's like, what? I miss the kids. I'm like, well, so do I. She said, it's hard doing one-on-one. And I said, it's hard doing that for me too, for, special ed, ELL. But I tried to figure out and I had to reflect on it later as to why is it you gave that answer, Rick? Well, I think that as I reflect upon it is that it's amazing to me how awesome it is for relationship building with students to be able to use email. And I think ultimately, even if we go back, if ever nothing changed, if let's say we get a mass-produced vaccine tomorrow and we're back in it September and it's full, nothing changed. Like it was January and February all over again. Nothing's changed. I think one thing will change about my teaching is that I'm going to definitely use email and kind of weave that into whatever it is I do teaching in the future, because it provides me an opportunity to have kind of discussions that students wouldn't maybe raise their hand and say, Mister, can I get some help with this in class? Or, hey, I was noticing you're not really I think email is an absolute way to go, because it provides an opportunity to talk to a student without the pressures of doing it in front of 20 other, even if you're doing like, hey, can I help you with this? Or maybe you want to stay after on Tuesday and we can go over this a little bit better. I think it allows for a little bit more of an opportunity to communicate, and maybe something they're more used to than I think it's great, because I've done more academic assistance this year, I think, than I ever have. And of course, I want to help my students succeed in any way possible. And given that you're in tech for close to 1,500 hours of your high school career, myself, my partner, Senor Turbo, we get to be we get to know you really well. And being academic help, just comes second nature to both of us. So it's really awesome to see that we can do this a little bit better through email, or it augments and improves our ability to communicate. And I'm going to make sure that even if it went back to the way it was tomorrow, which is not likely the case, more on that later, I think that I'm going to integrate email into my teaching practice as a big part of it. All right, forgot to mention the Corona cut. You guys get a chance to see the Corona cut. Second piece that I think is going to be pretty much augmented for it's also a great opportunity through distance learning. This whole distance learning thing could be turned into a methodology for assistants over the summer. I've already started planting seeds of saying, hey, if you guys want to work on, if you have a particular class who's behind in an area, you can offer assistance this way. Hey, if you want to do this, we can meet one day a week over the summer. What a great opportunity to, all that summer loss they talk about. You could pretty much do this and not have the ridiculousness of having to break up a summer if you had to just meet for an hour or two or three a week to contain that summer loss or to get somebody closer to closing the gap. I think this would be a great another opportunity for this distance learning aspect. Lots of ideas. All right, I'm going to close it down for the week. That was a lot to reflect about, and I'm still not done reflecting on some of them. But I hope you guys have a great week, students. Let's close it out strong. I know it's getting sunnier, this great weekend that we just had. Just close it out strong. Let's close it out strong. You guys are awesome, and have a great week.